Thank you for tuning into Natty News Daily Weekly, where we cover the latest ongoings in natural bodybuilding. If you see a cool story you think we should cover, please send it our way, and maybe we'll include it in the next episode. And if you like what we're doing and would like to support us, please consider checking out one of our sponsors. Our sponsor, Core Nutritionals, for all your supplement needs. Code Natty News Daily, as well as GymPin. If you want to add weight to the machines in your gym, you're running out of room, check out GymPin. Also code Natty News Daily. Enjoy the episode.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Natty News Daily Weekly, my weekly-ish recurring segment where I cover content from natural bodybuilding, right? So we took last week off just because the whole crew jumped on and we did a podcast covering Mr. America and some of the big shows that had happened. But now I'm back solo for this segment, and we're going to have fun with it today. I definitely have a case of man flu right now. I actually just woke up from falling asleep sitting up in this chair. So we're going to knock this out and go take a bunch of medication and fall back asleep. So let's get right into it. If you're watching and not just listening, you're seeing Liam Shredder McKen, obviously very aptly named. I just wanted to highlight a couple athletes this week. There's not as much news, but just some guys that are pretty much legends in the game gearing up for some shows. And Liam is someone who has been getting next level unearthly lean for decades, right? So before the shredded glutes were a thing, he already had the shredded glutes. And this is not a fluke. This is just what he does and how he shows up. And it's awesome. Competes with the IPE. I'm not really sure what the affiliate is over in the UK where he is, but he competes and he's going to be at IPE Worlds. And I mean, conditioning is not going to be a weak point, I think we could safely say, right? Obviously, very, very shredded all the time. He's posted some pretty crazy photos of like his chest striations and fibers and things like that in some of his other videos. So check him out. Liam Shredder McKen on Instagram. Great athlete. One to watch at IPE Worlds coming up here soon. And he's actually going to be facing off with our next highlight, who is someone who I highlighted 2 months ago, something like that. So Shreddy Kruger, Carl Sievert. Another one who just gets diced to the gills, but is heavy, right? Big guy. Not the best photo right here. So I'll be interested to see when the pro photos come out. So he took first place at the IP Pros Clash of the Titans. We're going to scroll through. You can see not a easy show to win. Large human being, but just again, like mass with class. He's just big and shredded. Love to see him compete in some other shows just to see how he stacks up like Mr. America, right? Just to see him again some of the other big guys across the other federations. But I mean, like, look how deep those glute cuts are, right? That's conditioning. And just, again, not a small framed individual either. So it's very odd that you see that like to the gills shredded on a large individual heavyweight bodybuilder, right? So first highlight from him. And then I wanted to highlight a second because this is just crazy to me, right? So read this caption here. Fun fact, haven't had 1 ounce of meat for the last 19 weeks. I love meat, but I stick with eggs during contest prep because there's more volume to them and I don't get sick of them. That is insane to me. Not for any like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You need this, you need that, you need the iron. No, like it's just like I can't comprehend giving up all forms of like animal protein for 19 weeks and relying solely on eggs. I love eggs as well. I've eaten like 3 eggs a day minimum for probably my entire life, but just doing that, I'd get so sick of him so quickly, right? So this is him kind of thumbs up after that show, first sirloin he's had in 19 weeks, and then right back to it because he'll be competing at IPE Worlds as well. Congrats to you for that discipline. That is just nutty. You won't find me doing that. That's for sure. And then wanted to highlight James Alabaster here. Competed, did very well at the Natural Olympia, the PNBA, INBA a couple years back. I don't believe it was last year, maybe 2 years ago. Could be wrong on that. Correct me if I am wrong. But just fantastic shape, right? He is as if Tarzan went full on gorilla mode, right? The long flowy hair, massive bubbly muscle. I think this is just a fantastic off-season look, right? So I'm going to let that kind of replay through here one more time just so you guys can see it. But I mean, another just big framed individual. Great taper from the lats all the way down to the small waist. You can see a sartorius in the off-season. That's pretty epic, right? So will be fun to see when he shreds down what that looks like. And then finishing it out, our buddy Durk. What do you say about Durk? I mean, he just keeps upping his game, which is upping the whole game, right? So I mean, just we talk conditioning this episode, especially, right? Look at Durk, Liam, Carl, put them all on stage together. That would be incredible because very different frames, very different weight classes, but just there's not a drop of fat on them. And these are high quality photos, so we can see that, right? This isn't like crazy good lighting. This looks like he's in his living room. The lights behind him probably has a ring light on, but I mean, there's no manipulation here, right? This is truly how lean the guy is, and he's young. So he's just going to keep getting better if he stays healthy, coached by one of the best in the game. So he's just going to keep upping it. And I know I highlight him a bunch, but he just keeps amazing. And I will be very, very confused if he doesn't place well in his pro debut, is what I will say. Right. So, all right, that is going to wrap it up for this week. Like I said, a short one. If you like these comments, if you like these segments, let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys in the next one.